You
now
can get back to me, please, on that one.
So the gentlelady from Maryland is recognized for at least 5 minutes.
So thank you, Chair and Ranking Member, and the witnesses for joining us. I think I'm bringing it home, and you are, or maybe not. Maybe there's one last one, but thank you for sticking in with us. And I echo many of my colleagues, Ray, the need for public-private partnership and furthering innovation, but also that balance of risk and safety. And I echo the comments just made by Congressman Gillen of New York in terms of bringing together your expertise and a lot of thought leadership and how we balance it as legislators. So I'm going to dive into Maryland. I represent the 6th District of Maryland, and we are home to some of the most, I think, nation's jewels in terms of research. NIST, parts of NIH, National Cancer Institute, Fort Detrick, and many research labs and universities. I'm very proud of my state and this work. But you know, we really believe in furthering this research, and in particular, NIST for over a quarter of a century has laid the foundation for innovation and setting standards and measurements that make technology trustworthy, from cybersecurity and quantum and even healthcare. But when these technologies work together, industries work faster, and the public can trust it. So NIST also develops technologies that the chemical industry depends on. And from your testimony, there's a clear overlap with this mission and research. All of you are at the forefront of groundbreaking research across your sectors, from the development of safer Halon replacements to aircraft fire suppression to advancing composite materials. I want to start with Dr. Gross. In your testimony, you discuss fire suppression chemicals and the critical impact to the safety of flight. If you've not already done so, I would really encourage you to work with NIST's Stellar Fire Research Lab, because they've got a great core research area since the 1900s, and also the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg. They're just excellent resources. But beyond what you shared in your testimony, could you talk about your views on Halon replacements for fire suppression? This was something that came up from one of our constituents. And more broadly, as an expert in composite materials, how these materials will impact aircraft efficiency and reduce emissions.
First off, thank you very much for the question, Representative. We have engaged with NIST on the Halon replacement and are very, very thankful for the help that we received from them. So we do appreciate that. I think I mentioned in the testimony, you know, the expanded use approval is what we're waiting on. And so just knowing, because Halon is no longer produced,
Right.
We need to have those replacements, and we need to have them so that we can safely fly our airplanes. And so that's where we need to know, are we going to get those approvals, or do we need to go back into that R&D cycle to find new chemistries in order to meet those fire safety requirements that come down to us from the FAA for our certifications?
Is there things that we could do in Congress to help that, or in working with the agencies to facilitate that?
You know, this obviously is not my area of expertise per se, so I'm sure that there are. And so what I would offer up is that we can have those experts within the company to come and talk to you about that and see if there are opportunities that would make sense. So we can follow up with you on that.
That would be great. That would
For your second question on the composite materials, the impact there, lightweighting is always one of the things that we're looking at with composites. And so we've talked about, I've mentioned fuel burn and CO2 emissions. The other things though that we appreciate with composites is, you know, the lack of corrosion. And so that gives us other benefits when we look at the products for like coatings and other things like that protect the structure. And so there are a lot of benefits to us when we look at these new chemistries, these new polymeric systems, and how we would apply them to our structures.
Thank you very much. You know, the public is best served when industries like actors like Boeing and others work closely with our federal experts at agencies like this. So thank you for saying that. With my the remaining time I have left, which is little, I do want to submit for the record something that deals with. We talked about supply chain resilience and standards and regulatory issues here, but it would be interesting to see if in the global marketplace.
Will the gentlelady yield to her compadre there to her left?
Oh, sure. In the global marketplace, if there are any blueprints in the EU or other places across the globe that they are doing things that would inform us. Thank you. And I yield to my my colleague.
Thank you.